Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Jules. That's not John, but that's Vin. Vin's back again. John disappeared. He probably fled the country after the Giants lost the other day. He's done. He's given up on life. We're all hurting. We're all depressed. We're all hurting physically. Guys are working out, getting hurt. Vinny's doing Bulgarian handstands at the gym. I don't know what these things are. But listen, we're all trying to get ripped, man. But the Giants, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I really don't. After watching that pathetic performance from everybody, I mean, I know everybody's going to pile on Daniel Jones, but, you know, everybody, you got your wish. You wanted Drew Lock in the game. It was the same story. Because after Malik Neighbors, we have nobody that could catch the goddamn fucking football. Then we lost Andrew Thomas. We have nobody that could block. The dude got sacked 7 times, 12, 13 hurries. I can't take it anymore. I know in my heart of heart, I'm a betting man. I was like, listen, if I wanted to, I could have bet $5,000 on the Eagles, but I can't do that to my team. When I sit down and watch it, I'm rooting for them. I'm a fan. I want the Giants to win. The rest of the year, I'm not going to root for losses like some of you guys for a high draft pick because every goddamn year we have a high fucking draft pick. I'm sick of it. We don't do nothing with it. This regime got to go, I think. Bring in Bill Belichick, and that's all I'm going to say on my rant. That's it. It's over. I don't want to talk about fuck the Eagles, man. That's it.
I mean, listen, I don't even want to bring up the fact, but I will, that it was the Eagles. They did make it a Saquon game. He did get booed, so nobody fucking listened to me, all right? All right, like, if you would have done the opposite, I'm telling you, he would have had less energy. He would have less fuel, all right? Like, you could have saw in that opening drive, we kind of stuffed him right away, and then he catches that pass off to the sideline, and he's trying to truck people and shit because he got a little fucking extra pep in his step, and he was trying to fucking bring it. Listen, this game, I don't know what to even say anymore. I'm done with saying shit. It's over. Wrap this up. Like, I don't want to sit here and lose every game because it's not going to prove anything, right? You're still going to have a lot of teams that are going to be bad. You're still going to have your top 3 quarterbacks. They're going to start stretching the quarterback fucking selection in college. All of a sudden, it goes from being like 2 or 3 guys to fucking 6 guys that can all be fucking starters and drafted in the first round. And they don't all work out. Like, yeah, fine. You know, Williams finally in the last 2 games against 2 shit teams has started playing like a quarterback that looks like a number 1 pick overall. Yeah, Jaden was good, but look, he's fucking hurt already. You know what I mean? Like you had fucking what's his name fucking coming off the bench from fucking New England, and now he's looking okay. He's not looking great. Yeah, he's getting the ball, he's moving it around, he's moving down the field, he's scoring some touchdowns, but like they're not winning football games. So what does that fucking prove? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it does nothing. But then you look at some of these other teams that are actually in a playoff hunt, like Baker Mayfield and Geno Smith and all these fucking guys. They're retreads. Sam Darnold, retread. These guys were done. Their careers were over. And they got a fucking new look, new place. They learned a few extra things. They actually had a chance to sit back on the sideline and learn. And they came back in and they're plugging away. So, dude, you could do that with a veteran quarterback. You can maybe get lucky in the draft. But, like, to sit back and tank, I don't know. I can't fucking do it because what's going to happen? We're going to go down there. There's going to be a big game in Germany in a couple of weeks where we got to play Carolina. And everybody's going to fucking like circle that shit and try to say that that's the fucking game for fucking the fucking number 1 pick possibly, right? But here comes the idiousness with this type of shit. The same folks that are saying that kind of stuff are also saying, let's trade for Matthew Stafford. And let's say the key word there, trade. That means we have to give something up to bring in a 36-year-old quarterback that what? Now all of a sudden Matthew Stafford's going to want to say, oh, I'm going to go fucking from the West Coast to the East Coast and just fucking tank on a team. And then maybe next year the team will be better. Or you're going to bring in Bryce Young in another trade. So we're going to trade one headache for another headache. Like, how fucking stupid are people? But they want to tank. It's the same people saying it. So in other words, it's just a very frustrated fan base that's tired of seeing this fucking brand of football, tired of losing, tired of seeing the fact that in like 2 weeks in a row now, we have a combined total of 10 points scored in 2 fucking weeks. Bro, that's not even high school, bro. That's like Pop Warner fucking type shit. There's kids that fucking like the Eastchester Blue Devils that are like fucking 10 years old. That you just go by your weight. That determines your position. They score more than 10 points in a fucking game. I mean, come on, dude. Like this shit has just been pathetic. Like I don't want to say it's Dave. I don't want to say it's this guy. I don't want to say it's that guy. Because guess what? This has been the same motherfucking song for the last fucking 10 years. We've had 4 different coaching regimes in here, and nothing fucking changed. So you can't sit there and tell me that, oh, it's Dable, it's Shane, it's fucking, Jones, blah, 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 when nothing changes. Nothing's fucking changed. All right. What it makes me think is that under the scenes, undercover, in the back room, Mara has a lot more going on than we fucking know about. And it's his input that's fucking polluting all this other shit. Because you look at a team like Washington that had a horrible owner for so many years, or you take a team like the Knicks, if I'm going with the NBA, and they fuck up that team. When that owner takes a step back, those teams succeed. And I think that's the real key that's underlying what the fucking Giants have been going through for the last fucking decade.
Before we get to the game, I kind of knew since the offseason as the Saquon drama kind of went through, and I've always been from the beginning not a fan of Saquon on the Giants team. He's a good player, he's talented, but I just didn't like where we drafted him. I've been vocal about that from day one, and I'm going to remain consistent on that. But I knew when the schedule came out, when we played Philly back at the MetLife, that Saquon would have a big game and Philly would stick it to us. And, that's just the way it's been for the past 10 years or so, maybe even longer. So I knew this was going to happen. Like, it's expected. Everybody texted me, oh, look at Saquon. It's like, I expected this. Like, this is the game he was going to play up for.
And Vin, I don't mean to cut you right there, but I do want to just add something really quickly because I know you're going to go into other stuff. You mentioned it perfectly a couple of weeks ago. You said that when you get one of these premier backs like a Barkley or a Jacobs or a Mixon or fucking Henry, right? And these old guys that all went to different teams this year, they all went to teams that were playoff teams, and that was the piece that was missing. Now you're 1,000% right. Unless you get lucky and you land one of these guys in the round 2 or 3, and they're in there for a cheaper contract, and they just become that guy. That's what this NFL is. You go after those kind of premier running back names when you're ready to make a championship, because the names I just mentioned in the Packers, the Texans, the fucking Ravens, the Eagles, that's what they were missing. Look at San Fran. He did it a couple of years ago with Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. Like, you're right in that way 100%. So
we did
those people that are out there saying that, oh, if we had Barkley, we'd fucking still be fucking 2-4, dude. Plain and simple.
My point was, I'm like, if we would have had Barkley on this team this year, we'd be in the same situation dealing with Barkley and people saying, well, we paid Barkley. You know what I mean? So, like, nothing would have been different here. So yeah, I agree. I think I knew Barkley was going to do well against us. We're just not built that way, to beat Philly right now. Daniel Jones is a big issue. I know there's drop balls. I think play calling was a problem. There were no run plays called at all. It was all passing. They doubled Neighbors. They took him out of the game plan. I got a rant for Neighbors later on because I'm already pissed off with him. When it comes to tanking, I think I would tank only for a quarterback, obviously, and I would tank in the right class. I think this year's rookie class would have been a pretty good class to tank for. Those top 3. Caleb, we had never had a shot for. You know what I mean? The Panthers were so bad that the Bears got that pick, and that was it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for the number 2 and number 3, we were in there. And DeVito comes along, gives us a nice little 3-game win streak, which I honestly wish never happened. I wish it never happened. I wish we would have had the DeVito magic, but we lost those games.
But that's also in hindsight. You know what I mean? Think about I always like to reference something that wasn't too far off.
I was saying it then. Like, I'm like, I don't even want Jaden Daniels. You can have
like you guys remember, right? A few years back, and like the Post was like familiar with this because it was like the Grinch that stole Christmas, that stole the Jets miss, or whatever the fuck they were calling it, when everybody was supposed to be tanking for Trevor Lawrence, because Trevor Lawrence, he's gonna be the next fucking Dan Marino, right? And Jacksonville tanks for him. And how the fuck has that turned out for them? You know
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say?
know what-
Like, that's what I'm saying. That tanking mentality. There's
Never
no
works.
fucking Michael Jordan in this draft. There's no fucking Tom Brady's a 6th-round pick. You know
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say?
It
You know, like,
works,
yo, you got to start thinking like this.
this tanking is the way to go. I'd rather tank a season that's lost. What am I going to do? Pick 10th again? What are we going to get? Another.
Okay, so wait, then you end up with 2 top first-round picks, and you end up with Evan Neal and Thibs again. Oh, and that was Joe Shane's fucking problem, really, because Becton, he was taken in the top round from the Jets, and he fucking sucked. Bro, like, yo, there's so many misses when you do that. There's so many misses.
I'd rather.
You know what I'm trying to say? There's nothing
It's a lot.
guaranteed. But what are
It's a
you
lot of
tanking
misses.
for?
What
You
I'm
know what I'm trying to say?
saying is I want to tank for a quarterback. I want a quarterback. Nothing will change. Now, I think your evaluations on these quarterbacks, on these rookies, is way too soon. The sample.
Okay, maybe. But
Jalen-
listen, that's all we have to go on, and you're ready to tank for one.
Okay.
So if you're ready to tank for one, and you're only at this point in the season, then
Dude,
you got to
you know what?
evaluate what you have.
What hope we would have if we had Drake May sitting on the sideline? Do you know what hope we would have? Like
Well,
Drake,
I don't know. Would we? I mean, the kid hasn't won a football game yet.
I don't care. New England's a disaster.
Hey, listen, he might look good. He also brings a little bit of a spark.
Jules,
You know,
Jules,
defenses don't know how to catch up to him yet.
Jules,
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's certain little things.
is playing like shit, but he's winning games. And then you got Drake May. He's playing okay, but he's not winning games.
But then explain this to me.
Good
Explain
around?
this to me. Then why, if Jaden Daniels has been looking the way he has to start the season, he goes down that in you know, against the Carolina Panthers, and I know it's the Panthers, but here comes Mariota off the bench, you know, coming in cold, doesn't miss a beat. If
Coaching,
anything,
Jules.
you know what I'm
Coaching.
trying to say? This is Marcus Mariota
Coaching.
playing on what, his 5th fucking team in the NFL already. And if they did a lot of comparing in that game. I don't know if you guys watched or not. I was paying attention to a little bit because I did take Washington in my survivor pool. Not stupid, right? And so I did pay attention to some of that game. And they were fucking drawing comparisons to how Marcus Mariota won the Heisman, just like Jaden Daniels did. They both came in. They were both top picks, yada, yada, yada. And the comparisons are fucking, like, they're so scary how similar they are. You know what I'm saying? And now look at Marcus Mariota's career. Anthony Richardson, the Colts traded up for to get to the 4th pick. You know what I mean? And he fucking sucks. I don't care what anybody says. That guy sucks. He's not a quarterback. He's a running back or a tight end or something. He's not a quarterback.
Well, let me ask you this. This is a real question.
Yeah.
Do you want the Colts organization to do? They tried it with Phillip Rivers, old. They tried it with, you know, and they've been lucky with their quarterbacks between Peyton Manning
and Luck
and all that
They kept
shit.
paying.
You know what I mean? So, like, what do you want the Colts to do? They've tried the retreads. They tried the veterans.
Oh,
you got to keep trying until.
Yeah, but I'm saying here I understand. Look, I'm not trying to advocate for Daniel Jones at all. Like, I'm done with him. I think Daniel Jones is in the same category at this point that Baker and Geno and fucking Sam Darnold were 3 or 4 years ago, right? He's in that spot now. He needs to get out of here. He needs a change. He needs to go to learn from a different coach. He needs to see, like, winning culture. He needs to, like, learn that and just be a fucking backup. Like, look, Carson Wentz is currently on the Kansas City Chiefs as Mahomes' backup. That's what Daniel Jones needs to do. If he does that for a year or two, he could have a shot somewhere else in the league and possibly
can I say
reunite, bring his career back. But staying with the Giants, bro, it's done. It's just over.
Can I say something, Jules?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
You don't mind?
Go ahead, bro.
You know, I think it really comes down to, like, these coaching staffs, man. Look at Washington, what Washington got. You said it, right? Yeah, you lose Jaden, all of a sudden Mariota comes in, doesn't miss a beat, throwing touchdowns, running around. Look at who they got. They got Dan Quinn, which is a great coach from Dallas. Look how Dallas fell apart. And their offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury. That dude's a stud.
Kingsbury's been the key.
Job. You know what I mean?
Kingsbury's been the key.
He's been and even Joe Witt, you know, the defensive coordinator for Washington. Washington got a good coaching staff. I hate to admit it because they're a division rival, but they do. You know, I have to be honest. Like, they got a great coaching staff. I don't think we have that, to be honest with you. You got guys like taking plays off. Banks kind of just jogs off the field, has one of their coordinators yell at him. I mean, where's the respect there? I don't think we have it in this. I think just blow everything up, get everybody the fuck out of here.
Wow. I know, but then we're just going back to where we were. You know, it's an endless cycle of it. And I get it. I get it. Keep trying to get it right and all these different things. Then how are we so off? How are we missing so bad?
The Seattle game was only 2 weeks ago. Now we're completely different. 2 weeks. That was only 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Now now you guys are talking about blowing it all up and stuff like
No,
that.
man, I'm not.
I
I don't
am.
believe in that because
Once
I
Andrew
don't
Thomas went down, it
know.
was a wrap.
I don't know. I can't put my finger on what it is. And that's why I said to you, if you brought in 4 different coaching regimes in the last, whatever the fuck, 10, 12 years, whatever it is, and it's the same story, nothing changes. You change GMs, you change head coaches, you change coaching styles, you change this, you change that. You've been changing things. You've tried this, right? We've done this cycle before where we blow it all up and start again, blow it all up and start again. That doesn't work either. That's
We
not
did
right.
but we didn't blow it all up because we got a new GM and a new coach, but we had the same quarterback.
Well, okay.
So we didn't blow it.
So then why don't they deserve one more shot? Because look, I know people
It
want
might.
to say about Shane, he's done this, he's done this. Bullshit, because 90% of all GMs in his positions would have taken those guys with those top picks, with the way they fell, with the way the draft unfolded over the last couple of seasons. Fine. You want to argue Wendell and you could have gotten fucking George Pickens. Fine. Now we're really getting nitty and gritty because you could do that with every fucking NFL team where you could literally sit there and play fucking, armchair quarterback and be like, oh, you know what? Look, took this guy in the third instead of that guy. And look at this and look at that. You could do that, trust me, with every franchise, even fucking including Kansas City Chiefs, who are the fucking defending Super Bowl champs.
Yeah,
right?
but
Unless you're doing that on draft night, that's different.
Right. That's totally
no,
different because
like
that's where you
years
have
later.
fun with it and you make
those
conversation.
teams are
and all
winning,
that.
Jules. Our team doesn't win, and our drafting has been bad. I don't care what.
How do you say that? Like, look at like Drew Phillips, the way he's been fucking playing, and Tyler Durden. And like, guys have been stepping up and playing very well. You bring in Burns. Look at how Burns has been playing. All right, you know what? For up until fucking Andrew Thomas getting hurt, every single fucking person on this podcast and outside of it, oh, the offensive line is so improved. Oh, yeah, way to go. Hats off. We have one game where the offensive line falls apart because we didn't make up for Andrew Thomas, and all of a sudden, his drafts suck. His this sucks. His that sucks. Because I'll be honest with you, if you really want to change shit up, the person that's got to go is Dable. You could keep Shane. I'm telling you right now, you could keep Shane, get rid of Dable, because look at the way it's going with Dable. You had Wink and him fall out. You have Kafka. I don't even know who Kafka is anymore. What does he do? You don't see him. You don't see him during the games. You don't hear his name. What the fuck does he do? And technically, he's supposed to be the assistant head coach right now. Imagine if you fired him and let Kafka run the fucking rest of the season.
He's got the
Right?
best job.
I mean, you know how that goes. Because I think Shane gets a lot of, like a bad press, if you would, for shit that almost isn't his fault. You know what? Banks not fucking running to the ball. That ain't fucking Shane. What is he supposed to do? He put the guy there that his defensive coordinator and his head coach was saying that was the guy to take in the fucking first round. So he took him. You know what? You sit down, you see these war rooms going on. You have the owner, you have the head coach, you have all the coordinators in there, and they're putting in their inputs, and then you have to make the final decision off of what they're saying and all your scouts are saying.
It's the GM's decision. You can't give him.
It's not the fight. Let's think about that. It's a GM's decision. So if you have to teach a lesson plan in school, but the principal's telling you to do it one way, at the end of the day, do you not have to do basically what the principal's saying, or could you make a couple of modifications here and there and still teach your class afterwards? You have to do what they're telling you to do. So he's getting that shit from up top. Now, that's why I keep going back to Mara. And Mara's putting this extra pressure on that I want this guy. I need this. We need that. Yeah. Like what he's saying. You go with it, man. You got no choice on that. You know what I mean?
Oh, Mara would pop in, but he kind of let Shane rock. I thought
that we know about. That we know about, dude. You know what? Think about it. He's that kind of guy who's been in the fucking field in this league for fucking how many years now?
But you know what,
Jules?
Jules?
And you got cameras all over the place, microphones everywhere.
Problem is with that.
Oh, you do disappear. He's not Jerry
what the problem
Jones.
With that is though, Mara's the one guy you can't fire. It's the one guy you can't fire.
That's the point. That's the point.
You know, so
that's the point.
Look,
you know what? And I want to stay on this topic for a hot second because, in all honesty, I think that's the problem with the Cowboys. I mean, bro, at the end of the day, it's Jerry Jones. He still wanted to be that fucking GM and that, have a say in it, even at this stage in his life where he's older and he should just kind of be sitting back and just chilling. You know what I mean? Like let it be.
Football guys do the football things.
And that's it. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny that you do see those kind of things go on. Like think about this for a second, right? The owner of the fucking Chiefs, do you even know who he is? You only see him hoist up the fucking Lombardi trophy, and maybe once in a blue you see him in a box. And you never hear the guy in the press. You never hear nothing about it. He just sits back and lets these people do what they need to do.
I agree,
Yeah,
100%.
you got Mara kicking, fucking throwing garbage cans and fucking, oh, if I lose some Barkley, I'm gonna lose sleep, and he's fucking sipping on Pepto and shit.
You know what I want about for Mara? When they put a mic in front of him, shut the fuck up. Do not comment. Oh, what are you gonna do with the coach this year? He came out today, this evening. He was like, "Oh, the guys are gonna stay in play." No, say I have no comment on this. I will just keep everything.
You know what it is?
Shut the fuck up.
These guys
will leave you alone.
And let's face it, Mara got this handed to him basically, right? This is like looking at Hal Steinbrenner in a way, right? Where it's just like, hey, look, you're going to do it now. Now you got to kind of give it to Hal. Hal stepped the fuck back. He's not his dad. We know this, and he just lets Cashman do what he wants, right? And until Cashman's really ready to step down, that's going to be the soonest that we'll ever see him leave the New York Yankees. But the point being is that here's a guy that inherited everything. And he still wants to have this voice, and he's got this little ego as if like he accomplished something or he's got something to prove, and he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like this guy should be the number one person that just sits the fuck back, and the people that he thought was the right person to hire, let them do their fucking job. And I don't think he does. I think that's the number one fucking problem with these New York Giants. And we no one talks enough about it because he's not in the press enough to blame on him. You don't see his face. He supposedly didn't pick these players. He doesn't call the plays on Sunday. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. So they put, he's got all these four guys. But like, bro, like there's no way you could sit here and tell me that all of these fucking coordinators that we've hired, because let's not forget, 2 of the 4 of the last hires were hot coordinators off the wire that everybody in the NFL supposedly wanted. We're getting interviews in multiple teams. And they're all just failing? How? How are they all just failing? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like it's to the point where it's like, I don't know what it is. Like to me, everybody says, well, you can look at the fact that they signed Daniel Jones. I fucking will stand by this till the end of time that I feel like they were forced to sign Daniel Jones after he won a fucking playoff game. There is no fucking way in hell that fucking Shane was going to go into Mara and say, you know what? I don't know if we should extend this guy. Really? After he just fucking beat Minnesota in Minnesota, this team looked better than it has in a few years. And the only thing we do was lose the Phillies, and they went on to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Come on, man. You go try to have that conversation with your boss.
No, I agree with that. But like, all right, so staying on that topic, like, what do you guys think would be a better offense? Obviously, right? You can look at the Giants, right? Giants, take away the quarterback. Look at the skill players. Neighbors, Slayton, Wandell, Singletary, Tyrone, right? Then you look at the Eagles, Barkley, AJ Green, Devontae Smith. Oh, AJ Brown, Devontae, Dallas, their offensive line. Like, what offense do you think is going to have more success? You know what I mean? We have nothing. We're not good at drafting, bro. We're not good at building a fucking team. So all this like hate on Jones, I get it. He don't look right, but man, I think I was looking on Twitter. I think Anthony Rivardo that we did the Giants Brawl podcast with, he threw like a video up where Neighbors was going to get open deep, right? Clear, easy touchdown. But Daniel Jones was already on his back.
Right.
He was already on his back. That's the play. So the play calling, it looked like it worked. It would have worked if the fucking guy had a fucking minute to throw the ball. Well, but then again, sometimes underthrow, overthrow. I don't know what's going on in this fucking world here. Like maybe,
and that's what I don't get either. It's like I've never seen look, there's other teams like Philly was missing their left tackle. They've been missing their fucking left tackle for fucking weeks now. Their offense isn't clicking like it normally is, but they're still winning football games. They're still getting shit done. We lose a guy like Andrew Thomas, and it's as if we lost 4 guys from the fucking offensive line. The whole line just goes to shit, just crumbles. It made no sense. You know what I'm trying to say? You're right. Whoever mentioned it earlier, we totally got away from running the football. I don't know what happened there. We just forgot how to fucking run the football. Yeah, well, that's, and then again, that falls on Dable. That's why I said, if anything, you really wanted to shake this up, you fire Dable and just see what happens. Fire him. Let Kafka step up, and let's just see what the fuck happens.
Mara should
trying to say?
Mara should discount the fucking price of the tickets, man. You should put them on sale. This is garbage. For the people that go and pay these enormous prices for one ticket to sit down in that air conditioner looking stadium and pay like $20 a beer. I feel sorry for you guys. Like, that's dedication. That's fans. But
And
man,
there's a lot of them. There's a lot of
like,
true season ticket holders that hold on to their
oh,
seats, go to
it's
just about
horrible.
every fucking game. I mean, hats off to them because, like, you know what? You're dedicated. That's a fucking unbelievable fucking following to have to go and witness this shit on a weekly basis, bro.
It would
It's
drive me
fucking
insane.
ridiculous.
It
Bro,
drives me insane
I
at
was
home.
upset enough, and I was sitting on my couch just because they kept mentioning how beautiful it was outside. And then I would do one of those things where, like, you know, like you're stuck at work and it's a beautiful day or something. You just kind of gaze over at the window, and I'm like,
What a loser.
it is pretty nice out there. I ain't gonna lie.
How many
I'm over here
times did you
watching
put
this fucking shit? But yeah, all right.
how many times did you put your paper bag over your head on Sunday?
You know what? Speaking of paper bags, man, listen, you know who you are. I'm not even gonna shout out that motherfucker's name, but apparently this dude fucking all of a sudden did it on his own 5 days later. But he's a cool guy because he might have fucking like 10 more followers than us. But you know what? You know who you are, you piece of shit. I'll catch you in the neighborhood.
I can say one thing. I feel like in comparison to those other teams, the Giants are not allowed to take any play for granted, any play off. They need to be perfect with everything because we're so bad and so limited offensively, even defense. Like everybody's giving the defense a lot of props, and I do too. But you're as good until you're not. Like the defense, they put up explosive plays. You know what I mean? And it's only gonna get worse now, the defense, because they're losing guys to injury. There's starting to be some quit in them. I told you, Deontay Banks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you have I don't know, the offense is giving you absolutely nothing. They were giving you little bit before. Now they're giving you absolutely nothing. So good luck. This defense, you're gonna lose it week by week. We're gonna see.
Crazy.
Dexter Lawrence is like packed to 24 sacks this year. That's gonna diminish to like 2 for the rest of the year. Watch.
Listen, guys still want to get paid. I don't believe that part. What I'm really starting to believe, and you guys could think I'm crazy, and I might have to switch up my hats next week. All right, I will. All right, no more paper bag. I might have a different hat on because, dude, what I'm starting to see is that these leagues is all about like who you are in the brand, right? So Pat Mahomes is the face of the NFL. And they pushed him into that role, all right, for whatever fucking reason, because he got fucking close to beating Brady in Brady's prime in New England when they lost in that AFC Championship game, and then he comes back a year or two later and he fucking wins the Super Bowl against San Fran, right? So the point is that once you become part of like the good old boys and you're in that elite club, they never seem to lose or be bad. They're never bad. They get the right calls. Things work out for them. Because let's look at Pat Mahomes' numbers currently, as of today. He has more interceptions than Daniel Jones and less passing yards. And he's 6-0. How? How is our generational quarterback with 2 fucking Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowls, and 3 MVPs having a fucking year that resembles Daniel Jones?
Games. He knows how to close games.
But dude, how are the numbers the same? How are their numbers the same?
Coaching.
You know what? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
And they had a field goal kicker that actually could make kicks.
You know what? And right, we go back to that kind of shit.
You know what I mean?
But that's
what it is.
Like the whole system. Andy Reid is going to go down as one of the best coaches that we've seen. It's just going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it. Hate him, love him, whatever the kiss is.
I like him.
I like him.
Because just think of it this way too. Look at all the legal issues over the last fucking few years that the Chiefs just get magically swept away. You know, Andy Reid's son a few years back, dude almost fucking killed somebody.
I remember that lunatic
about it. NFL with their big money, they fucking sweep that shit under the rug. You have Rashid Rice, fucking dude was driving 150 miles an hour with a pound of weed in his fucking car, and he was able to play the whole fucking season until he got hurt. Why? Because the NFL loves the money. They love the product. I keep telling you guys this. They're going to three-peat. There is nothing stopping the three-peat this year. I'm going to get a fucking hat, a t-shirt that says 3P because there's nothing stopping it this year.
You get a tinfoil hat. You got to put your tinfoil hat on, bro.
Yo, don't worry. It's coming next week. I'm getting it custom made.
fucking nano over here. All right, guys. Let's move it on. We're on to fucking Pittsburgh. We'll talk a little bit about the Pittsburgh game when we do the picks. Got to do the picks now, man.
Let's go right to the picks.
I had enough of this depressing stuff.
One last thing.
Kevin.
Saquon, Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, even to a degree right now. They were the cherry on top. To me, if you don't win a championship with that cherry on top, it's a failure of a signing. Saquon to the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't care what you do in October. If you're not there at your advanced stage, because he's at an advanced stage for his position, if you're getting paid top dollar for your position, if you don't win a Super Bowl, not get to one, not go to the second round, divisional round, I'm talking about win the whole thing. It's a failure of a signing to me. Same goes for Derrick Henry. Same goes for McCaffrey. Let's see. Once you win the championship, okay, the feature running back means something still. To me, it means diddly. Means nothing.
Listen, here's the thing with that real fast, too, is that
they're running the ball more in the NFL.
It is a copycat league. So everyone's trying to do it now. So you have all the teams you mentioned are all going to be there. I guarantee you that Houston, Green Bay, fucking Philly, Baltimore, they're all going to be there.
Well,
they're all going to be there. They're all going to be the divisional round, if not farther. All right? They're all going to be there.
Wins. Who's their running back?
Who?
Who's Kansas City's running back? Because they're the one who wins.
Pacheco will somehow be healthy by the fucking time that season turns around. You know what I'm trying to say?
Most likely.
And he's not even that good. But think about it. If you look at Tampa Bay, they got Leonard Fournette, and Leonard Fournette had the best fucking, playoff run of his fucking career. I get it. Like, you have these guys that fucking do just emerge at the right time, that come up and step up and be that guy. Look, John Elway back in the day, he didn't win shit till Terrell Davis was there, right? Like, I get it. It happens. It's part of the game, and I get it being part of that. But my point is that, Vin, they're not all going to win. You know what I mean? So when you have 6 or 7 teams that are all doing the same thing, they're all going to be in the playoffs, but they're going to knock each other off. They have to. So you know what I mean? So like if the Ravens lose to fucking either Houston or Kansas City, that's not really a loss of a season. They couldn't get over the hump.
So if you're a Philly fan, let me ask you this question. If you're a Philly fan,
gross.
You don't win.
Why would I want to do that?
On the door. You don't win the Super Bowl this year or next year with Saquon on your team. And he's rushing,
Saquon's a bust for them. No doubt.
Okay, next question. You're a Ravens fan. You're fucking close. And you got Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the guy to get you over the top. Derrick Henry, out of his own mouth, said, if I played that game against Kansas City, we would have won. What do you say about them? Is that a bust of a signing?
Yeah, but see what happens here is that if he runs into, say, Houston, and Mixon just happens to be better that day, or Stroud is just better that day than Lamar. How's that a bust, bro? They you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna edge each other out. That's the only problem with it this year, is that everybody kind of did it. There's so many teams that jumped on board with that.
After you guys, has he been a success or a bust for you?
He had that team winning games, going to the Super Bowls. Like, that dude's not a bust. He was
CMC.
He got him. He was their
Super Bowl, and you lose in overtime. I mean, come on.
Yeah. To the Swifty
2 weeks ago. The guy Mason, you love the kid Mason. He's doing kind of what McCaffrey's doing, and not.
We'll see. Well, let's see what he does this week, because he had a bad shoulder the past 2 games,
he did.
And I think that's what funked him a little bit. If he continues down that route, then he's nothing. But if he can bounce back this week in a matchup that's favorable, we'll see what happens.
My bottom line, my point, and then we can do the picks, is these running backs, if they don't win the championship for these cities, bust signings to me. Bust.
But do you consider an NFC championship a chip? Like, it is a championship.
No, Super Bowl.
It can't be Super Bowl bust. I mean, if you get to the Super Bowl, that's not a bust.
The Baltimore owner that you just want to win against Mahomes. No, you want to win the whole thing. San Francisco.
Of course you want to win the whole thing, but having that, I forget what the trophy is for the AFC, but having that in your locker room, or in your clubhouse, is fucking huge too. It's still an accomplishment.
How did McCaffrey and Cam not win a fucking Super Bowl? That's dangerous.
Peyton Manning, bro. Peyton Manning.
Oof, man, that's crazy. Yeah, but listen, that's why you can't bet on the NFL. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy. You just never know.
But we've been doing pretty all right, though. We've been doing all right.
So we got to get back on track. We had a little tough week last week in the pick segment. Listen, we'll start.
You went against Jules a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of. Yeah, I might have won some money if I stuck with some of your bets. But listen, it's pick time. First game Thursday night. Minnesota is in LA. Minnesota's 3.5-point favorite. I seen somewhere on my timeline that Minnesota might be interested in trading for Matt Stafford, which is pretty wild. Like, I guess they don't have the confidence in Sam Darnold that much to take him to the promised land. And Matt Stafford's available.
One tough game against a divisional opponent.
Yeah, one tough game.
That's why they want to trade him. Yeah, I feel like this is like the if you win, we will trade game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause,
He's
they're
playing
talking
for the
about
starting
trading Cooper
job.
Kupp. Bro, I think Minnesota rolls big and hard. Just stop.
Cooper
Stop.
Cup's
I don't
back.
care if it's on a show weekend, they got to go out there. Like, this would make a difference if they do somehow lose. Then all right, maybe these Stafford rumors become true. But like if they go in there and they win like they've been winning, brothers, and I don't see why they won't. I think Minnesota wins huge. And it's what, 3 points, right?
It's 3.5. Minnesota went to 3.5 on this website. I think it's three in like real life.
Yeah,
But I tell
that's
you,
fine.
another trade candidate besides Matt Stafford is Cooper Cup. And I tell you, that's a trade that I wouldn't mind the Giants grabbing him
For what
because
though?
I don't know what it would take to get him here, but to have someone opposite neighbors that could actually catch the ball and
No
run
way.
correct
No
routes to
way.
get
Throw him
open,
in
I'll
tank
take
mode,
him.
man.
Take
Put you
him in
guys
a
in tank
second.
mode.
No way.
No tank mode. I take him in a heartbeat. I would
Cooper Cup
love
is
Cooper Cup on this
Cooper
team.
Kupp ain't coming to the
on.
Giants, bro. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
I know. I'm
Cooper
wishful
Kupp
thinking.
have his no trade clause. He'll be like, hell fucking no.
I'm one of those Madden players right now. I'm just like wishing on a star for that shit.
Yeah, like Cooper Kupp wants to go to like fucking I don't even know who's left that would fucking be able to
I don't
put
know.
him
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a real true playoff contender.
Watch the Eagles
But
get him.
maybe like Baltimore, maybe. I mean, but that's a little bit of a reach, but
The Eagles are gonna get him. We all know it.
yeah, but like again, he doesn't
We'll
even
get him in a
fit.
couple
Like, how
days.
is he gonna fit with Devontae and all that there? Like that would just be
Watch the Steelers.
again.
Steelers are lurking. The Steelers.
Well, this is his
Oh right,
show.
Steelers. That's the big one. The Steelers.
If Cooper shows that he's healthy tomorrow night, then I think you're gonna see like some trade calls over the weekend for him. So we'll see. But I like Minnesota. Jews, you like Minnesota. Vin, you like them too?
I like the Rams.
You like the Rams? Getting
Yeah.
3.5.
I think the Rams. Sean McVay is still the superior coach here. He'll game plan it. Cooper Cup being back, I feel like the Rams will win a close one. I think we're in for a good Thursday night game. I think the Minnesota defense I do like, but you talking about the Darnold trade rumors or that they're not happy with Darnold. Darnold's been diminishing. You know, every week he's been getting kind of worse and worse. But the defense in it, they run the ball. O'Connell kind of calls like a very simple plan for him. He's got Jefferson, but I'm gonna go with the Rams here. But
TJ Hawk might be back. The Hawkster.
Yeah, I don't think he's older. Tore up that knee last year. I wouldn't expect much out of him either. I wouldn't.
All right.
We'll see. See what happens tomorrow night.
We'll find out in a couple of days.
Game. All right, so moving on to Sunday's 1:00 games. Ooh, the Ravens open up big. A lot of big spreads this week. Baltimore's 10.5-point favorite in Cleveland, and Cleveland is starting Winston, which might be better for that Cleveland offense. Baltimore coming off, big win. I'm gonna take Cleveland with the points. Am I crazy?
No, they just went into Tampa, whooped Tampa's ass. All right. They whooped their ass. They took out fucking all their receivers. Like, yes, I think Cleveland's going to look better than they have. But look, they're going to start relying on Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb looked like dog shit last week. So, I don't even know if Ford is healthy. Like, dude, no, they're not there yet. They're trying to push this kid, Cedric Tillman, who played with Jalen Hyatt, by the way, in Tennessee. All right. They're trying to push him to kind of be the number one. Jerry Jeudy looks miserable there. I guess Njoku's going to get some love. Nah, man. This fucking Baltimore team's clicking right now. They're going to fucking roll them.
I agree. I think Baltimore puts up 40.
Oof. Yeah. Wow. Ravens. You guys like the Ravens.
Yeah, like 40-21 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they still win. They still scored a little bit, Mike. There goes your offense from Cleveland.
They might even bench Lamar in the fourth quarter or something.
Wow, you guys are getting way All right, we'll see what happens in that game. All right, moving on. This is a game I actually like a lot. In Houston, Houston's minus 5.5 against Indy. Indy plays a lot of these tough games. They're always in it. They win these close ones, but I think Houston's too tough for them, man.
Yeah, dude, fuck that. Like I said, Anthony Richardson fucking sucks. I'm going to say that again. He fucking sucks.
You don't like AR-15?
Like, bro, like the fact that they traded up for that kid, I feel bad, all right? Like, bro, he was a one-year wonder in Florida, and he had 3 fucking good NFL games, and they wanted to fucking say that he was the best quarterback in the fucking league. He's Cam Newton 2.0. No, he's not, all right? He sucks, all right? I'm going to put that out there. His accuracy is atrocious. Bro, Houston's going to make a statement in this game because this is a divisional game at home. They're coming off of a loss, and a tough one, by the way. in Green Bay on the road, bro,
Yeah.
they're gonna fucking smoke Indy, bro. Like they're gonna fuck. Wow, bitch. See ya. We're about like 17. All right. Like fuck. Like they have payback from last year because they split and they split on each other's home fucking fields last year. So this is now a revenge kind of in a way to say, look, no, you got to make a statement and you got to take over that AFC South. And this is the way to do it.
All right.
I absolutely agree with everything Jules just said. I think kill them. I think Indy is just, I can't believe they're in these games, but I think Houston's the far superior opponent. I think Mixon, a lot of people are not talking about Mixon. Mixon, when he plays, he's a difference maker for this team. And he gets the ball, balances out that offense. Stroud doesn't have to do much. I think we will see a little bit more balance with passing when Nico comes back. But yeah, I think this offense will be rolling. Stephon Diggs got something to prove, even though I'm not really a big fan of him and his drama. But, he's still a good player, and he's still great.
You hit it on the head with Mixon, dude. Like that guy is the most fucking underrated. Gets no credit. You know what I mean? Like look at the Bengals without him. You know what I mean? Like I like that dude a lot.
He changes that entire offense when he's in. They are a different team than when he was out hurt.
Yeah, fair.
Really good.
All right, give me the 2-game parlay with the Ravens and Houston, and give me the 2-game tease with Baltimore and Houston. Just in case, so you can win some money this week. That's I think I'm gonna do that. Actually, as soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm gonna put that bet in. All right, moving on. Green Bay is in Jacksonville. Jacksonville just slaughtered the Patriots on that London game. I didn't expect that, to be honest with you.
I think I picked Jacksonville.
Yeah, you did take Jacksonville for a minute. I was like, God damn it. But listen, Green Bay's minus 4.5 in Jacksonville. I'm gonna go with Green Bay. Jacksonville, I don't know, they just make too many dumb mistakes, and plus they went against New England, so can't really say that's the greatest game in the world.
Normally, I would be like, Green Bay's gonna roll and these dudes have been in fucking London for the last 2 weeks and shit. They're finally coming back home. Here's the only kicker: it could get fucking hot down there, and this is where sometimes, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but sometimes that temperature starts to come in at 84, but the on-field feels like 90. It's fucking the end of October. And you're in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's not 90 fucking degrees all week. Let me tell you, all right? And you go down there, and all of a sudden, if you're just not clicking right away, that game drags on, bro. It's like being out in the heat and the humidity and all that kind of shit. It's the only reason why I think that the spread is so low. Because if it wasn't, this should be like a 10-point fucking spread. Why is it not? All right? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Vegas knows these kinds of things. With that said, I've been, I love Jordan Love. He looks great. Romeo Dobbs, Jacobs, all these guys. I don't see them not rolling, but like I said, just with a little caution, I'm not putting this one all in on them for whatever reason.
I'll take Green Bay. I'm stuttering as I'm saying it. The reason I'll take Green Bay is I just think Jordan Love is our next superstar. The guy spreads the ball around. If it's not Wicks 1 week, it's Dobbs. If it's not Dobbs, it's Watson. People forgot about Watson. Then it's the
Kraft.
He gets Tucker Kraft involved.
Tucker, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he's just a quarterback that
he's good, man.
That dirty team in Philadelphia and down in Brazil. But I just think he's got this offense clicking, and I think, they went and they beat a good Houston team, and it's like this is not a letdown game for them. Beat Jacksonville. Go in there. These are games you're supposed to win. Go try to win that North. Take it away from Minnesota.
Oh, and you're saying that a quarterback that sat behind a veteran for a few seasons instead of just to be thrusted in and starting? Oh, it actually worked. Oh, okay.
Wow, funny how that works.
Right.
When you stay in the same system and you learn it. Funny how practice works in the NFL.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works.
All right, moving on to my survivor pick. In Detroit, the Lions are minus 10.5 against Tennessee. Tennessee obviously just traded D-Hop to Kansas City. So Tennessee is going to be without him. I don't know. Tennessee don't have the offense to keep up with Detroit. Obviously, Detroit, I think, just rolls.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, really,
Yeah, all right, next.
Yeah, I guess Detroit.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee's
because fucking Spears might be back as their running back.
Tennessee's going to be the one playing.
Yeah, Tennessee's going to be the
number one pick. Yeah,
Who's
no
the quarterback? Tennessee. Levis is not.
It might be Mason Rudolph.
Probably
I don't
him
know
again.
if Levis. It depends if Levis is healthy or not.
Doesn't
You know
matter.
what? If I had the Lions, I think I have the Lions left. I could pick them as well.
Yeah,
It is.
that's my survivor
rolling.
pick. Yep, no doubt. All the money going on the Lions this week. All right, next game, Atlanta. They're in Tampa Bay. Atlanta's minus 2.5. Oof.
You know what?
I really
know
don't
it's
know.
in Tampa Bay, and I see them lose 2 weeks in a row. But I
There-
have to go against them until I see how they adjust without having Godwin and Evans in that game. This is going to be a true test for Baker. It's going to be a true test for that offensive coordinator. You know what? I don't know what to expect. I mean, McMillan and Shepard might be his 1 and 2 fucking receivers with Otten, who's been playing very well. But now that Otten has to be the featured receiver, I don't know how he's going to fare. Yes, they have a decent running attack, but I don't know, man. Atlanta still is streaky and good enough. It is a revenge game from that bullshit on Thursday. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't fucking really touch this game betting wise. Like, I just wouldn't. But like, I'm gonna just go with the healthier team and go
Atlanta, right? Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to.
Reason they were gutted, completely gutted.
Gotta go with the Falcons.
Yeah, and just because of the injuries.
That's what happens in the NFL, man. You start off hot, thinking Tampa Bay's a great team, then the injuries happen, and it just, man, it's a shame that Godwin went down with like in garbage time. And it's also a shame
40
that
seconds left in the game.
Oh, dude, and it's a shame that I lost in my fantasy league by 0.12 of a point because Baker, for some reason, decided to run 25 yards with 2 seconds left for no reason. Just throw the goddamn ball up in the end zone like a jackass, you idiots. Trying to score points here.
And listen, you got away with one where he was dancing around for 35 seconds with no pass pressure and then decides to force one into the corner of the end zone when it was more Baltimore players than there were fucking Tampa Bay players. So, yeah, I don't know.
It's truly amazing.
All right,
right?
so you kind of like, he had to make up for that interception.
Yeah, fucking cost me. I hate losing by 0.12.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's just that's just aggravating.
Bro, I lost a championship that way, so I feel
it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's aggravating, just like the Jets are. Jets, I don't know what happened against Pittsburgh. They were playing well against them last week in the first half. Then Rodgers throws a dumb pick to end the first half, changed the momentum of the game. Then Russell Wilson, became old Russell Wilson, started throwing some deep shots, got the wide receivers. Obviously, the offense looked a lot better. Pittsburgh with Justin Fields, because Justin likes to run. He don't really get his wide receivers that much involved. The offense is just a lot better in Pittsburgh. They got a strong team, strong defense. Jets, I don't think they have that edge in them, man. They don't have that physicality that I thought their defense would, but man, Pittsburgh just looked more physical against that Jets team. Maybe the Jets do bounce back because they have to go into New England and they're favored by 6.5 points. And they did destroy them at home on that Thursday night game. I hate to take the Jets, but I'm going to because New England. I mean, listen, May is a rookie. He don't look that great.
He's looked good though. He's looked pretty good. I mean, he throws a lot of picks and he hasn't won a game yet, but he's been looking all right. He can sling the rock. He can sling the rock.
He can sling, but their offense sucks. Their offense he has no weapons around him. I mean, let's be fair.
Because like the Mario Douglas and fucking Polk and all these guys, like they need an alpha in their receiver, and they don't have one yet.
I'm really betting the Jets defense. That's what
I'll tell you this too. And the Jets defense doesn't even look like the Jets fucking defense, to be honest with you. I'm hearing rumors that Sauce Gardner is not 100% because that's why he's not stepping up. Because how the fuck else is George Pickens go off and have the best game of the fucking season on fucking Sauce Gardner? Really? You can't shut down George Pickens all of a sudden, bro. You suck. But anyhow, if the Jets don't win this game, there is some deep ass fucking trouble because they got Houston next week. And motherfuckers, if they can't beat New England in New England, you ain't beating Houston at home. I don't give a fuck, bro. But knowing them, they're that fucking Jekyll and Hyde type team, they'll lose in New England and beat Houston. But anyhow, with that said, like I feel like this is a must win. If not, the whole Devontae Adams trade is worthless. Getting fucking Slee fired, like it's all for nothing if they don't win this game. I think the Jets just have way too much on the line to lose this game.
I agree. I pick the Jets every goddamn week here.
Super Bowl.
It's making me look really bad in this room. But I will say, I think the Jets have way too much talent. I think New England has got no talent. And I just think talent should get you so far in winning a few games in this league. Like I know coaching matters, obviously, but it's Aaron Rodgers. What a piece of garbage this guy is. He's telling the coach, throw the flag, then he throws it back. He's just such a
It's a mess.
and he's such a dick. And he threw Mike Williams under the bus. He fucked up Garrett Wilson now because that dude don't know how to catch a ball. And Sauce Gardner, I love it. I love that Sauce Gardner's getting eaten up. Yo, not for nothing. Career-wise, think back, guys. Russell Wilson owns Aaron Rodgers. When they were in the NFC, Seattle versus Green Bay, Russell Wilson would pull off the most miraculous plays ever. And this was one game. This was over and over. Russell Wilson, I will say this when we get to the Pittsburgh pick, he wasn't bad last year. They benched him because they didn't want. There was a clause in his contract that he was owed money or whatever.
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe Russell Wilson got something left. Maybe he was just kind of throwing it up there, and Pickens was getting everything that was contested. You know what I mean?
So that's all you got done.
So So you take it.
Jets all day. Jets all day.
Devontae Adams did come out and say how the sideline was just kind of like not electric. You know what I mean? Everybody's just silent, and the sideline wasn't pumped up. You can kind of tell, man, when a team doesn't have that juice. You can tell by the way they perform.
What does he know? He came from Vegas and he quit on them. He's another piece of garbage, in my opinion.
That's true. The people are like, why is this motherfucker talking?
Yo, who you just got here 2 seconds ago and you worked your way here because you've been talking about it since last summer. Get out of here.
Maybe we should bet the Pats. I don't know. This game doesn't sound so good in the Jets' favor. Anyway, moving on. In Miami, the Dolphins they're minus 3.5 point favorites against Arizona. I don't know why. I like Arizona all day. I don't think Tua is back, right?
Yes, he is.
He is back. Tua. And he's not going to wear that ridiculous oversized helmet.
I thought he was. He's not. I thought he was.
No,
apparently, he said he's not going to wear that new helmet.
Oh yeah, he's not going to wear that. Yeah, that's
cool. He's not wearing it.
The Guardian, the big Guardian, where it looks like
the Guardian.
It looks like those little. It looks like this. It looks like those helmets, where your mom put on you before you rode your first bike to make sure you didn't get killed in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like those gigantic looking things. They look so stupid, but I guess he's back. So I mean, that offense obviously is going to be perfect. So I don't know. I'm still going to ride with Arizona.
I mean, listen, I don't know. It's tough to say here, but he's back. He's playing. This offense should be clicking. I'm not big on Arizona. I think Arizona is so fucking overrated. It's not even fucking funny. I'm just not a big fan of them. I think Kyler Murray's an overrated quarterback. I've been saying that for his whole fucking career. I mean, bro, the memes are true. I was watching the Monday night game, and bro, he's behind that line. He is fucking tiny, dude. Yeah, the football looks like his helmet looks like the size of the football. You know,
he's so little, man. It's funny.
It's so hard for me to get behind him. I can't. And it's in Miami, right? And again, it was like I was saying with Jacksonville. Jacksonville's fucking hot. Miami's even hotter. And I get Arizona's hot. I know Arizona gets hot, but they have an indoor facility. They fucking they have that retractable dome for their stadium. So they
University of Phoenix Stadium. Shout out. University of Phoenix Stadium. Shout out. Big shout out right there.
Dude, I think listen, they lost a tough one in Indy the other night, last week. I think they gut it out and win at home. They have to. It's not the season's over for Miami. You know what I mean? They got to kind of step up here. That's where Miami gets my pick.
I also agree. I think Miami wins a very close game. I think Tua back reinvigorates both. I don't know if you saw Tyreek tweeted out earlier, we're locked in. Start me on your fantasy teams because be back. I think there's going to be a big. And I think Tua's got everybody's sympathy. Most people are saying he shouldn't be playing, but everybody feels bad for him. I think there's going to be an emotional comeback game. Arizona doesn't stand a chance. I think Miami will win a late one. They'll win, somehow close but late.
So maybe
I see them win by a field goal. So what is it? 3.5 this Friday?
3.5, yeah.
It's right there. I mean, I'll just take them just cause, but I can see it coming down to a field goal. That's what I really think it comes down.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe bet Tyreek Hill touchdown score on Sunday. Maybe that might be a bet.
Yeah. Looks like he's been saving himself for two. And here comes the
Yeah.
two. Huh?
Maybe take
Water.
two. Bet the two of them.
Two.
If Tyreek Hill gets 2 touchdowns on Sunday, I could put that bet. I'm sure that's got to be a plus. So we'll look that up later.
Tyreek is definitely going to go off, no doubt.
I hope Waddle does too.
Why?
All right, next game in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's minus 2.5 against the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles, man. I'm just gonna ride with Cincinnati, even though I think they suck, and Philly probably just beats them anyway.
I agree. I think the Bengals do suck. But this is a showdown game, right? I've been saying that the Eagles should get beat every fucking week, and then they don't. They fucking gut it out and win most of the time, right? And then but this is like it. This is the Bengals can turn their season with a win here. They beat the Eagles at 4-2 at home, and all of a sudden they get to 500 and they gutted their way back. That's it. They turned it around. They go to 3-5. That's a big deal for them. You know what I mean? So like the Eagles can survive at 4-3, but the fucking Bengals going to 3-5, I think is a totally different story. And I think the home team gets the edge. And I'm gonna go with Cincinnati, even though I fucking hate the Eagles, but it has nothing to do with it on this one.
Back to a couple points I made earlier weeks. The Bengals had 2 get-right games, easy games against the Giants, and then Cleveland. I was like, they're going to win those 2 games to get back in the mix, and they did. But now they get Philly. I also, another point I want to make is their offense is missing something, and their offense is missing Mixon. I feel like they did not replace, like, Chase Brown is nothing special. I feel like their run game really hasn't gotten off to the way it, like, Mixon is a big loss for them. You know what I mean? So I feel like that there's not much balance in that offense. Burrow doesn't seem to be. He's good. He's been good pretty much all year, but not enough to win them, some close games, which is what he's made his reputation on. And then their defense, which is, Oriema, whatever his name is, the defensive coordinator, got him to like the Super Bowl a few years back, and he's had that defense playing up, but they really haven't done anything to really win games for the Bengals, So I think I just think Philly's good enough to gut these games out, like Jules said. They just know how to, they're healthy now for the most part, like with their weapons. AJ Brown is back. Jalen Hurts is quiet.
Out. He only had 3 touchdowns last week, but yeah, he's quiet.
I mean, like, you're not really hearing any anything going on with, Sirianni's kind of taking all the heat and stuff like that. He's going to hold them back. But Philly should win. Philly should win with ease.
All Philly does is tush push anyway. Screw that offense with their tush
push and Barkley.
Tush push. Yeah, that's the
Barkley
game.
Tush pushes hurts.
All right, moving on. Not that there's anything wrong with that. At the Chargers.
I didn't say there was.
Chargers are minus 7.5 against the Saints. Saints just lost a lot of people too. They're like in the same boat that Tampa is. They started the season hot. They got injured. Now they're downhill. They got to go into LA. That 7.5 spread though for the Chargers that play close games because it's horrible and he runs. I just want to take the Saints getting the points just because of that. I think the Chargers win, but I don't know if they cover that 7.5. So I'm going to ride with the Saints.
It's Spencer Rattler still, right?
Yeah.
That guy sucks.
He does suck, man. He does suck.
That's it. That guy sucks. They could stop Alvin Kamara. They could still fucking win a game fucking like 17-7. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's not pretty. That's ugly, right? But they win. Yeah. I think that defense is playing really good. He brought his defense coordinator over from Michigan. So, like, they're fucking, like, they're fucking on the same page all day, every day. He even put out, they were saying it on Monday night, that he put out, like, this fucking 5-point thing for his defense. And the guys bought into that shit. And it was just, like, like attack blocks and fucking, staying in your fucking assignments and just, like, basic shit you put out for college. And these dudes loved it and ate that shit up. So, like, you know what? If Carr was in this game and you told me Olave was 100% healthy, I think it's tight. But with Olave being iffy at this point in the week and fucking Carr being out, dude, give me the Chargers, man. Go Chargers.
Did I see in the news today, correct me if I'm wrong, that Alvin Kamara got some sort of extension?
I think he might have.
I haven't heard that.
I thought
he wanted out.
So I don't know. I know he's kind of old. I'm like, well, he's got to be like 30 now, right?
29, I think. 28, 29 for
I
sure.
don't know. I just think other than Kamara, this offense really has nothing to offer. They're gutted. They don't even have Carr. Not to say he was anything special. I've never liked the Saints. There's something about that team. I don't know if it's their uniform colors, that Superdome. There's something about the Saints I never liked. I never liked the way
Not even Drew Brees.
Yeah, no, I don't like Drew Brees. You know what I mean? But even like Drew Brees at the end of his career when he
Dude, I used to like that old school team with Joe Horn and Deuce McAllister, man.
Yeah,
I used to take those guys on my fantasy team every year.
I don't know if you guys remember when Drew Brees he was like, I would never like kneel for the national anthem, and then like Marshawn Lattimore got on him like, yo, Drew Brees won a Super Bowl, like, and he's not saying anything wrong. He just doesn't
with his principles.
I don't know. I just don't like the organization for so many different reasons. And maybe because we didn't match up with them very well always.
Never.
But I don't know. I just think the Chargers, Harbaugh's good. He knows how to game plan it, run the ball, play defense. And he'll win more than a touchdown. The Chargers should win. Sorry, I was so long-winded on that one.
No worries. All right, Chargers it is. All right, next game, Buffalo, which is going to be my AFC team that I'm going to root for to get to the Super Bowl and win it. Buffalo's -3.5 in Seattle. Buffalo got to fly out west, but listen, if the Giants could do it, the Bills could do it. So give me the Bills all day.
Listen, not only that, the key is to fucking. They always say it: beat up on the bad teams, split with the good teams, right? But you got to beat some good teams. So here's the time to step up. They're not that good of a team, but they're good enough where you can't not you know what? They traded for Amari Cooper. They're in right now, Vin, going with that theory. So they were in with the pick. They got to go and win this game. Josh Allen's looking great. Like, dude, go and beat Seattle. Just stop with the bullshit.
I think Amari Cooper's going to have a great year now. He's finally got a quarterback. I think Amari Cooper's a great, crisp route runner. He's excelled everywhere he's gone. He's his mouth shut. He's not a diva, and he's good. But with all that said, it's going to be difficult to win in Seattle. I think Seattle wins this game. I think Seattle is boom. Like,
did you say that they don't usually cover those big spreads at home, and then they fucking ended up winning by like 25 or something?
I think they're another team that sometimes when they win, they look great, man. They're so buttoned up and they could get physical, and they got DK and JSN, and they look awesome. And then when they lose, it's like, what? Like, they're such a weird team to me because I feel like they're not bad on defense either. Not bad, they're not great, but I don't know. I think Seattle wins this game. I think the hype is way too much. Buffalo still needs.
But you also got to keep in mind, I don't know if DK Metcalf's 100% playing just yet. I get it that they could run the ball with Walker because Walker's a hell of a running back, and they've been a little bit susceptible to the run in Buffalo. But if DK doesn't play, you're still picking Seattle.
Is that a game time decision? I don't even know he was hurt.
Right now, he's questionable. He's been limited in practice all week.
What's the injury?
I think a hammy. I gotta double check that.
What's
you see what happened to Mike Evans with his hammy on Monday night?
Oh, that was sad, dude.
That was at least 4 weeks for Evans, at least. What's the spread, trainer?
No, so right now he's like questionable and like doubtful almost for week fucking 8 against Buffalo. The injury is his knee, his MCL's injury is like. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no DK. It's like, come on, dude. Tyler Lockett and then fucking NJB Niche Boo. I don't know how to say his name. I'm like,
don't say it.
You know what I'm saying?
Get you in trouble.
Run on him all day.
What's the line? I'm sorry.
You don't say Jackson Smith last name on this podcast. Bleep it out. 3.5 is the line. Buffalo's the favorite.
Nah, give me the home team. Give me Seattle.
Wow. Okay.
No DK. All right.
We'll be talking about that.
All right. I
this on Sunday.
No DK as of today. No DK.
That's a crazy one. All right, moving on. This is the game I really wanted to see Jaden Daniels. I know he's questionable. I really want to see Daniels healthy because Chicago comes to town. They're going into Washington. Right now, Chicago's the favorite, 2.5. That defense that the Bears got is legit. I think they're going to make Mariota look like garbage. I would have loved to see Jaden Daniels play that
What is the Karate Kid
play that
3?
game.
He's
You
scared.
know,
He's scared.
I would have loved to see. Yeah, he's probably like, oh my foot hurts. But listen, I'm gonna ride with the Bears. Washington finally playing a good defense. Besides the Giants, they should have lost that game. But give me the Bears.
You know what? You're right. I mean, like, not only did you want to see that, but fucking the NFL wanted to see the number 1 and 2 pick go at it head to head. You know what I mean? At this point, with winning records and everything else, and like they definitely listen. Jaden Daniels is still questionable, isn't he? Day to day with his ribs.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, though. His mother tweeted, my boy's okay.
It's like Eli Apple's mom.
I have to agree. Even though they're at home, but Washington and Mariota, Chicago's supposed to win that game. They are. But then again, Washington has just been winning. Real quick, guys, if the season ended today, Washington would be the number 2 seed in the NFC.
That's crazy. I never would have thought, man. I knew they'd be a lot better with this coaching staff, but not like this.
That's just, I mean, like.
Well, let's wait to the end, like Jules. Let's wait to the end of the year.
Of course. Let's be talking about this conversation in December, right?
Yeah, a lot of things might change when they start to play some real.
And that's where I think it starts this week with no Jaden. Like, if Mariota beats them, I give up.
Yeah, me too. I'll stop watching football.
Yeah, give me the Bears. Give me the Bears.
Let's go.
I think I agree. I think it's a long season. At this point, they have Dexter Lawrence having like over 20 sacks. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So, like,
he's on pace for 24, right?
Yeah, it's like insane. Like, I just think, Washington's got to start losing some games. They're playing everybody at the right time. They have the world's easiest schedule. It's unbelievable to me.
They'll fall off the pedestal.
They have to.
Slowly but surely.
If they don't, we're in trouble.
They'll come down to reality. Yeah, all of us will hear a lot of shit for one specific reason. All right, moving on. Jules, get your tinfoil hat on. Kansas City's minus 9.5 against Vegas. I guess they lost their quarterback, so now O'Connell's done for like pretty much the year.
DeAndre Hopkins just fucking went there. I mean, dude, listen, stop. I don't care what you guys say. I'm just saying this. I'm going to continue to say it all year. The only thing I'm going to do differently this week is I'm not going to pick Vegas. All right, because the Kansas City Chiefs will get their upset. It's just because if they let them three-peat and have an undefeated season, like that would just be like, fuck you, I'm not watching the NFL anymore, because that's just like way too scripted. All right, like that's just a big fuck you. But with that said, it's not going to be against the Raiders. It's not going to happen this week. But they will three-peat. It's guaranteed. I mean, look, if Pat Mahomes is playing like absolute dog shit, where his numbers are worse than Daniel Jones, let me repeat, they are undefeated, and his numbers are worse than Daniel Jones. There's no way they're going to lose, bro. Like, they're going to three-peat. You're going to see the Swifties going crazy. The first ever NFL three-peat. It's going to happen. It's going to happen this year. You guys are all going to witness it. You can tell your grandkids that you saw a three-peat in the NFL.
Nano.
I bet you Mahomes has more yards than Daniel Jones.
Huh?
I bet you Mahomes got more yards.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he had a bye week, but that's about the only reason why.
If you look year in, year out, if there's one team that plays good, it's the Raiders.
It's crazy. It's fucking
Everybody thinks this is the time where you need to pick them, Jules, because I don't like 5.5. It's kind of low for this, you know what I mean?
It's 10. It's 10.
9.5.
9.5. I'm like,
give me the points. Give me the points. I don't care what the Raiders are putting out there. They play up for Kansas City. And Kansas City, if they want to three-peat, like you're saying, they need to lose a couple games. If they go undefeated into the postseason, that's a no-go for them.
Bro, what was it? The Patriots going to be 18-0, right? Yeah, they're going to be 19-0 and three-peat, baby. Miami, all those guys are almost dead anyway.
Would that be? They three-peat with an undefeated season. How great would that be?
I don't know what it is, but Vegas, they just match up well with Kansas City.
Oh, they know that.
My God.
And they know. They know.
Anything, I think it's next week. I'm pretty sure it's next week, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me check. No, they play the Bucs, and then they have the Broncos and the Bills in back-to-back weeks. They will lose one of those games. Guaranteed fucking team.
They're gonna lose
because the Broncos match up well against them, and their defense is better than it was. And that kid Bo Nix is okay. He's not great, but he's okay. I guarantee you, though, they got the Broncos at home and they have to go to Buffalo. They're gonna lose one of those games.
speaking of Bo Nix, the next game in Denver, Denver's minus 8.5 against Carolina. I think the Red Rooster got into a car accident with his family. I guess he's
Did he
fine.
really?
Yeah, that's what I read on
Bryce
social
Young's
media.
Bryce Young.
Oh wow, I didn't hear that. I hope everybody's all right.
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't
His
think.
thumb. His thumb. He messed up.
Oh, really messed up. So Bryce Young might get the start now.
Start. It's a fact. He's
It's a
starting.
fact he's starting. So Bryce Young is starting. I don't know what's up with Carolina. Their quarterback's just getting in car accident, which is crazy. Don't forget, like Cam Newton got into a car accident back in the day down there. Listen, I'm gonna ride with Carolina getting the points. Denver, I don't trust with their offense. I know they got a good D.
8 Mile
They
High.
can't score
Bryce
points.
Young coming in. Bro, they're gonna fucking shut them out. I think it's gonna be fucking.
Think so?
It's gonna be, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. Fucking. They're gonna win like 13-0.
What are the points? What are the points?
8.5. It's another big spread.
13-3. Like that's your final.
I don't know, Jules. Ben, what do you think, man?
This is a tough one.
It is.
They really have two really bad offenses here.
I might survivor pick the Broncos.
I guess
Yeah.
is it still Miles Sanders that's the running back over there in Carolina?
Nah, Chuba Hubbard right
Chubba.
now. They're
Chubba,
working the
Chubba.
kid Jonathan Brooks in. He's actually been a little limited in practice this week. I
Might
don't know if
play.
he makes his debut this week, but I think next week he's probably playing.
That's a big spread.
It is, right? For
Is it though?
offenses.
Is it? God. I mean, we're not talking about the Broncos at 4-3. They're 4-3, guys, right? And they just beat the Saints 33-10.
Yeah, I know.
33-10 win.
Oh, that
Yeah.
And they beat the Raiders, your Raiders, that upset everybody. They beat them 34-18 2 weeks prior.
what did do last week? You have the score in front of you?
They won 33. Who did what? Do what?
Carolina.
Carolina got destroyed by the Washington Commanders.
Oh,
What that name is.
Yeah.
And fucking Mariota. I mean, dude, stop.
Yeah,
and now you're going to put Bryce Young back in the mix.
But when you make picks, though, a rule that I follow is somebody that's gotten embarrassed the week before, they're not going to get embarrassed 2 weeks in a row.
Right. But, if you lose 13-3, that's not that embarrassing.
But what if you get embarrassed 3 weeks in a row?
I'm just
20-10, you were in that game.
I guess give me the points, but for me, don't go by what I say, trainer. Do what you got to do. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna bet like real money on the game.
I'm not
staying
definitely
away
not
from
taking
them.
this game in real life.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him in a survivor pool either. I don't trust that
I
game.
was joking about that, but like it's very tempting.
Yeah, I know.
It's just,
I know.
If it was one of those weeks where it was like a tight board, I might, but because there's so many other obvious ones, I'm not going to be that dick that tries to pick this and then hope for a million upsets.
Yeah, I'm only taking. I'm only taking Detroit because if you look at Detroit's remaining schedule, they play a lot of decent teams the rest of the way. I'm like, this is their one game where it's like
it's them or the Ravens this week for me.
You got to take them. All right, so Sunday night game in San Fran. They're minus 4.5. 4.5 against Dallas. Dallas comes to town. San Fran hasn't looked great all year. I remember saying that when we first started this, that they'd be 10-0 and they'd be destroying everybody. I was totally wrong on that. But I gotta ride with them. They're gonna be San Francisco because F Dallas, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is that type of game, the way it's set up and the way they've been playing all season. Yes, I think it's tough. The funny thing is that I could see either team bounce back, even with a loss. But like this is usually the game with the type of records they have and the way the season's been going. This game could crush your season. It really could. And the fact that San Francisco's coming off of an embarrassing loss like they just did to Kansas City at home, I feel like they're in a must win. Although that NFC West is kind of open. I mean, I know Seattle's up there looking good, but they already got a game up on them, and they still got to play Arizona again. They still got to play the Rams. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because, man, I imagine Dallas losing and going to 3-4. Woo!
Probably.
I'll go with the Niners. I'm kind of with you, but I honestly the only way I'm betting this game is if I'm up on Sunday night.
Yep.
San Fran was my preseason Super Bowl winner. So they have the Ayuk injury kind of thwarts that long term, but they're gonna plug in Jennings and McCaffrey. They said will come back after the bye. I see Dallas really trending south. I feel like this, like Jules said, is make a break for either team. I picked San Fran last week against Kansas City, and Kansas City pulled it out. I think San Fran is playing all right. I feel like defensively they're fixing some things, and give me the Niners here. Give me the Niners.
And listen, you know what? Wow, I don't know why I didn't really start thinking of this game. You know what? If I had to say this about Tampa, I got to bring it up about the 49ers. Debo's not 100% cleared yet. So that means, yes, they have George Kittle, and George Kittle is definitely better than fucking Kate Otten. You know what I mean? And maybe Jordan Mason's a little bit better of a runner than what they have in Tampa, but again, very close. Listen, no Debo, it's going to be tough, man. Unless and if Jawan Jennings isn't playing either, oof, San Fran could be in for some trouble.
He's hurt too.
Yeah, he's hurt. So he's coming back from a hip injury. He's been questionable all week as well. Honestly, in all honesty, we have to make a pick tonight, and I'll go with San Francisco. But in all honesty, I would honestly wait on this game because I need to see the health of Debo. I need the health to see Jawan Jennings. I got to see how healthy these guys are. Fucking Kittle's questionable every fucking week. You know what I'm trying to say? Because if they're missing those kind of guys, and Alex goes in and loses, woof.
Purdy don't look like a.
You better hope that fucking the Rams lost on Monday night and they Thursday night and they traded Cooper Kupp to Dallas.
Purdy don't look good as a quarterback without these guys, man. He looks like definitely a shell of himself.
They got this Ricky Pearsall kid.
We'll see. He's got to shine. A couple of young guys they have. We'll see if these guys step up. Next man up. But
we'll see.
That gets dry after a while too.
Give me Shanahan over Fat Boy.
All right. Done. Moving on. Here we go. Monday night game. Does Daniel Jones and the Giants get their first primetime win?
No, man.
Probably not, right? They got to go into Pittsburgh. 6.5-point favorite Pittsburgh is.
This might be my survivor pick. I haven't picked Pittsburgh yet either. The last time I did that, they fucking won. So I don't know.
Don't pick against the Giants.
I bet you guys want to win.
I don't know, like a Monday night, backs against the wall. Do they come out with something? I mean, who's going to really guard TJ Watt? Who's going to fucking block him? I don't know. It could be, dude, it really could just be a disaster. Obviously, I'm taking the Giants with the points. Got to be watching the game, hoping for a W.
Don't do it.
But I know, Jules. I know.
Why are you doing that? Just because we're a Giants fan?
Well, listen.
It's the big blue offense.
Well,
you have to pick them every week.
No, because last year I said it. Last week I said the Eagles were our kryptonite.
F-U-N-Y-G. F-U-N-Y-G. Fuck them. I'm so tired of it. I don't want to root for them. I don't want to cheer for them. Fuck them. All right? Give me my free fucking medium diet Coca-Cola today. Hey, I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. So until this team wins wins back-to-back games, I'm gonna say they're gonna lose every game, right? We're supposed to be tanking it, right? We're supposed to be tanking it, but now all of a sudden we're gonna give Pittsburgh a game on Monday night. Why?
I don't know.
For real, why? The Giants go in there, they pull up that upset. You know what this game reminds me of? What was it, last year or the year before when we went up to Buffalo and we actually kind of gave them a little bit of a game up to a certain point? We still ended up losing by 6 or 7.
Taylor should have ran it in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We still lost that game. That's what's going to happen. I can see them being competitive. I can see us being in it. I can see us getting our hopes up in the third quarter, being like, oh my God, we can pull this. Oh my. And then Najee Harris breaks a fucking 50-yard touchdown, and fucking Pickens fucking catches one over the middle, and fucking boom, we're down 14, and that's game over. Fuck this team.
Hope not.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be another tough one on the national stage. I love how they put us on, not with another game, they put us by ourselves for everybody to see. I think Pickens is clicking. I think Russell Wilson, look out for him. I think he's gonna be all right. Our defense, as good as they played, they still give up enough explosive plays, plays that people take it to the house. And it's and again, I don't want to shit on the defense because I feel like the defense at least has given pretty good effort this year, but it's gonna start to wither down, and dudes are gonna get hurt, and they're gonna slow up on plays, which we already saw. And then the offense will continue to give us little to nothing. You know what I mean? And I think Pittsburgh all day.
Hey, Ben.
How about this one, guys?
Hey, Jules.
I'm not even gonna fucking watch that game. Okay?
Jules, this is the first Monday night game I want 7 games on at once.
Well, listen, don't even worry about it. Here's where I'm going with this. I won't even watch this game because I am going to be so involved in other competition in sports. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be fucking game 3 of the World Series with the first game being in the Bronx on Monday night. You think I give a fuck about the Giants in Pittsburgh? Fuck them, all right? Like, for real. Like, we're in a commercial break with a pitching change. Let me just see how these assholes are doing. I'm going to flip back over to them. Maybe if it's a good game, I'll fucking record the second half and watch it again.
Get two TVs.
Fuck them.
Yo,
right?
I'm still such a fucking Giants junkie. I'm still gonna have the Giants on over the Yankees. I'm sorry.
What? Bro, wait a minute. What kind of Yankees fan are you?
Nice.
You're gonna have the Giants with their 2-4 record on Monday night against the Steelers. We're gonna probably smack the shit out of them instead of Game 3 of the World fucking Series. That's the problem with guys today. I swear.
Best Buy got to stay on TVs. Just get two TVs, guys. We solve all these fucking problems.
You do a split screen. I might do a little bit of that. But I'm going to tell you right now, the sound's going to be on the Yankees, and my primary focus is going to be on them. Fuck the Giants. I cannot stand this team right now. They are on my shit list. And if there was some fucking douchebag that fucking had a bag on his head earlier this week, I'd be wearing the bag right fucking now, all right?
Time to wrap it up, Jules.
All that said, it is what it is. And I'm going to be like, thank God it's fucking baseball in the World Series and it's the Yankees versus the Dodgers, so I don't have to fucking be struggling to watch this fucking game on Monday night. And hopefully I can fucking get some cheer going there because these fucking Giants suck. We know they do. There's nothing for it. Enough with the blaming, enough with fucking trying to trade for Bryce Young and bring in Matthew Stafford and do all this fucking crazy nonsense. There's a lot going on with this team. And until we get to the actual core of it, we're going to continue seeing this cycle repeat itself over and over and over again. But with that said, they always say any given Sunday, so you never know what can happen. Maybe the fucking Giants do upset them. Maybe they get to Russell Wilson. Hey, let's look at it. If you didn't have the tush push, fucking Jalen Hurts only has one touchdown. The week before, Burrow only had one touchdown. Jaden Daniels had 0 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure Geno Smith had 0 touchdowns, if not just one. I mean, they've been pretty solid against quarterbacks. So maybe they fucking could shut this down. Who knows? Anything could fucking happen, all right? But until then, try to stay positive, right? Let's go, Giants. Let's go, Yankees. See you guys next week.
Go Yanks. Peace.